Welcome back to Yala TV, and please welcome to Fiction Studios the outrageously talented Seraphina Simone. Sorry about that, she's reading my which is a little bit rude, but Wild is the second EP the label have made with her. Following 2022's Milk Teeth, an artful and moving exploration of self-identity and race through perfect pop music, Wild, though, is a 5-track collection of stirring proportions. Taking its predecessor's poise for faultless pop sensibility, Wild stretches it, using instead as its backdrop synthesizers with huge dynamic range and songs piercing the macabre and doomed aspects of love. Liverpool, the first song I heard from it, is so brilliant, so supernaturally precise and evocative and specific and on point, that it actually made me feel terrible.
Great.
The rest of the EP follows in its wake too, wrapping you up in all kinds of different poignant aspects of relationships, through the lens of music both dramatic and economic to the point of perfection. She's been on tour with Self-Esteem too, first-hand living the experience of how the best, most untamed, most brave and most personal music can reach the masses. But don't just take my word for it, hear from her yourself when she's finished reading.
I saw you at the bus stop, you were looking at the floor, eyes as wide as oysters, thought I couldn't love you more. I couldn't love you more. Lying on my carpet, checkered patterns frame your head, mumbling that song you love by the Grateful Dead. How could it be you? How can it be you? The radio was on, the early hours drifting past, floating in the foggy syllables of the shipping forecast. You look so peaceful when you sleep, an undertaker would be blessed to look at you while carving out the stitches in your chest. We'll always have a Liverpool, I guess. Ghosts have their own agendas and memories don't wanna die, so you haunt my sentences as long as we are both alive. The rain comes to wash away every memory and stain, and it's like we never met except for the echo of your name. The past is like an animal that just wants to survive, so you'll keep burning my synapses as long as we're alive. Oh, the rain comes to wash away every memory and stain, and it's like we never met except we'll always have Liverpool, I guess. We'll always have Liverpool, I guess. We'll always have Liverpool, I guess. Oh, we'll always have Liverpool, I guess. We'll always have Liverpool, I guess.
The first thing I want people to hear is Liverpool, because when I first heard Liverpool, we'd done an EP with you, which I loved very much, and that was taking quite complex things about self-identity and putting them inside really beautiful, neat pop music, which I really loved. But I was struck down by Liverpool because I've not heard a song I can't remember when I last heard a song that made me feel like I needed to burst into tears immediately, and just like hearing you just play it, I felt like I had the same every time I hear it I have the same response. And the song that I most think of for some reason, I mentioned this to you, is Maps by Yes. For some reason, it does a similar thing about a specific type of heartbreak, where for some reason it feels like you're there every time you sing it.
Yeah.
Was it in any way intentional or autobiographical, or where did that come from?
It's really, it's a weird one, because it actually came all at once, and I was in Liverpool, and I was it was when I was on tour with Self-Esteem, and I took myself off to like a cafe and sat down, and I just that first line, like, I saw you at the bus stop, you were looking at the floor, came to my head, and then it just, the whole thing came in like one go, and I just like a poem basically. Didn't have any kind of melody or harmony to it, but when I read it, I was like, oh, I really like this. It's a perfect way that I have found to describe a certain feeling of like yearning and regret and loss and memory, and this like the sense that like the people that you really loved once, like and there's always just one or a handful, the people that like really fucking cut you to the core, they're always there, like that you get over them, but the mark that they made on your heart and your psyche and your soul is just like permanent, and you never forget it. So I think for me, Liverpool really like encapsulated that feeling of how love is really brutal, but that's kind of why it's beautiful, because it just never goes away.
That's a really articulate way of putting what I think I feel every time I hear it. It has that supernatural power that only some songs have. The darkest lyric by some distance in that song, which I almost like perversely always smile at, is an undertaker will be blessed to, what is it? To
look at you while carving out the stitches in your chest. Yeah.
What is the best chord?
D minor.
Oh, D minor for sure. Is there anything you're looking for at the moment?
Faith. What?
Oh. I meant more like keys, but that's fine.
Fucking hell.
What adult skill do you lack?
Driving. Knowing how to drive.
Me too. What's the best heartbreak song?
Oh, God.
Can't have one of your own.
Oh my God, so many. Without You, Harry Nilsson.
Nice. If you could live inside a film, what film would that be?
Blue Velvet.
Nice. What film have you seen the most?
Bridget Jones' Diary.
More honest.
No matter how hard we try, this isn't going away tonight. So we say it's a drink, but that's a lie. Oh, no matter how hard we deny the truth, we both know I'm coming home with you. 'Cause you got that dangerous touch, and I get that dangerous rush, and we swear we're not in love. Oh, but your blue eyes staring in the back of the cab tell me that you know me like the back of your hand. Yeah, it's too hard to hold back. It's too hard to hold back. 'Cause you got that dangerous touch, and I get that dangerous rush, and we swear we're not in love. But your blue eyes staring in the back of the cab tell me that you know me like the back of your hand. Yeah, it's too hard to hold back. It's too hard to hold back. Hard to hold back. Yeah, hard to hold back. Hard to hold back. Yeah, hard to hold back.
It's interesting to me that you say mood, because the sort of general atmosphere of this EP is very moody, and it's sort of dominated, as you said, to like apocalyptic sounding synths.
Great.
But like, do you know what I mean? They take you to the places where I feel like when you're writing a song, the place inside your head, the synths kind of take you there.
Yeah.
Is that intentional, but the dynamic comes from the sort of synth?
Yeah. When I switched to starting to learn how to produce and putting everything on synths, it was like I felt much more at home with the space, because essentially it's like a keyboard which I'm comfortable with. So it was like, okay, I know how to interpret what is in my head immediately, rather than have to rely on someone else and try to explain to someone else. It was like, oh no, okay, these are the chords, or this is the bass line, and this is the sound, and then it's like, I feel like that's right.
That's what it is.
I can feel it.
It makes so much sense, but that's sort of how it works, because it's almost like throughout the EP, like these sort of oceans of synths happen. Where like you
love that.
If you were saying like if you had a band, then that would be where the like dynamics swell, everyone coming in and out would be, but it's just kind of you doing it. You know what I mean? From a kind of, that's your like landscape, sonic landscape, I guess. Yeah,
I love oceans of synths.
Yeah. The other songs you've done, Blue Eyes especially.
Yeah.
It feels like I sometimes feel like I'm reading a book where it's intentionally taking you to different places in the relationship at different times. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Almost like I'm thinking about Eternal Sunshine of Spot or something like that, where these two people. It's
like kind of episodic.
Yeah, because it's I think all the songs seem to be about a relationship on this. Or is that would be wrong?
Apart from Wild.
Right, apart from Wild,
But but they're all different memories. They're all different people.
They're all different people and different memories.
But I think I feel like it's the easiest thing for me to write, as in it's a thing that comes again and again and again, is writing about like love, heartbreak, rejection, euphoria.
So I laughed at rejection, and it's not funny at all.
So it is like I'll just keep going back to it, because like it just happens, it keeps happening.
Well, you're yeah, totally, and you're so good at it.
It's just like life. And then I wanted to, like, Milk Teeth was very specifically about kind of identity, but I wanted, and Wild I think is almost like Milk Teeth section B.
Sure.
It's kind of the next level of that discussion. But
no, it's so great. Just quickly, you mentioned it, for people that are meeting you now for the first time, what was Milk Teeth about? Because I just think this is really unique and original, and just...
Sure. Milk Teeth was about me trying to understand or grapple with my identity as someone growing up who's mixed race and surrounded in a very kind of white environment, white social, white school environment, and not really thinking about that until 2020 with the Black Lives Matter protests. And it made me just really think about my black heritage and kind of how I had tried to literally whitewash it when I was growing up, because I didn't feel attractive. I didn't feel like the brown parts of me were attractive, or they didn't kind of fit in with the white beauty ideals. So, and it was quite sad to like think about that for the first time and be like, fuck, that's so brutal, so dark actually, that like there are kids growing up and they're made to feel ugly because they just don't look like what is on billboards.
Right.
So it's about
that. But the trick of it, which you do so brilliantly, is it's inside this like upbeat pop song.
Yeah.
So it's kind of like you wouldn't even get it the first. You know what I mean? You wouldn't even hear about it the first time.
'Cause I've been trying hard to find my way, trying to imagine there'll be better days without you. Oh, without you. Moving on from memories we can't escape. I'm praying there's a future where there's better days without you. Oh, without you. Never thought that we could be this cold, bitter and broken at the end of a line.
What's the most recent book you've read?
100 Years of Solitude.
Good.
Oh, it's great. Everyone's called the same thing though, which is I realised the point of the book. But for ages I was like, got another one called the same thing. This is ridiculous.
What came first, the chicken or the egg?
If I say frickin'.
Do you suffer from long-term memory loss?
No, yes.
Do you... Does a shaker make all music sound better?
No.
Who'd you rather be in, the Beatles or Rolling Stones?
Beatles. Ooh, would I? Interesting.
If you had to cook something for me now in 1 hour, what would you make?
Dal.
We have a thing called the bin, where we like to put a revered, untouchable artist in there. If you had to, gun to your head, put a revered artist in the bin, what artist would it be?
Drake.
And the final question, what is the best thing?
Fries. In the bar.
Okay, we've heard enough for now.